Hi guys, this is that guy talking to you. I think this is tutorial 5 we're going to be doing. Um, I was having issues earlier with my green screen setup. It's not ideal today. Um, I can fiddle with the filters a little bit to get slightly better performance, but I don't think at this point it's gonna make much of a difference. So I'll kind of adjust on the fly if I need to, but otherwise I'll have to sit incredibly still to stay like in focus on the screen. For today, I just wanted to polish off this tutorial a little bit. We added a state machine that gives us we added a state machine that gives us our different strings and our different states for what the player is doing. We added a display for restarting and getting lives all working and whatever. um, I wanted to change this to an enum to describe top, bottom, left and right. It's not an absolute must because I think we're only using it in like one place here, but other than that I think we were kind of happy with what we had at this point. I don't remember looking at this. Let me just get a new window, right? A little bit on the slow side. What should do? Control O. Where did this thing appear? Oh, garbage. There we go. So I just want to check what's happening here. I think we had a little bit of a bug in here that gave us. Oh, if I move this over slightly, you can actually see the bottom right corner of the screen, right, which has the lives display on it. Otherwise, you can't see anything. Um, I was actually fairly happy with this. I don't know if I really want to do anything more to it. Is there even really anything? Oh, we don't have a win state. We don't actually have a win state. As it stands, the ball will just keep bouncing in perpetuity. So I think as an interesting test, we need a win state. We definitely 100% need a win state, and I think that will kind of round it out. We're not going to do anything too special to this. It's just going to be plain old little test thing that gives us just a check that says, hey, you won, congratulations. I think we'll put the won state before the died state, given that the game runs at like 60 fps or 30 fps depending on what your browser wants to output. Currently my browser feels like it's having a right laugh at like 30 fps, so depending on what your machine wants to do, it could be a fast or slow game. So there is some potential that you might win before you die. So hopefully everyone wins before they die. So this I'm just thinking, how would we do this? Oh, easy. Right after we do the check for where is the ball, right, we check are all of these things if we're not in the win state, and are all of these things invisible, and then we'll put the player in the win state. Simple as that. And that win state will then give you a restart option. I think that is only fair. So yeah, we don't really need a function for it. We'll just check. So if you actually update ball, reset ball. Okay, first thing, let's just go add a state for win. Died 1-4. Right, oh, there, you won. You go. Great. No, we'll just figure out the nicest place to put it. So here you can see this rect visible thing equals true, right? So this reset ball, we should have a function reset playing field, right? I'll just call it playing field dot reset. So playing field dot truth to tab dot reset equals function. Copy paste. Best part of programming, we don't need a new rectangle, they are all fine. Rect array is correct and visible just equals 2. So do we need this? No. We need to say for var I equals 0, I is less than this dot rect dot length I plus plus, and it's just that sums it up. This dot works I dot visible equals true. That's it. That's the whole move. There is a way to say, what is it? Apply array prototype apply array prototype each. Anyways, doesn't matter. There is a way to do it, like, very JavaScripty way, but for this is like the bread and butter of what I want. I want this very easy to understand a function that you can clearly see that I've spelled it wrong. What it's supposed to be doing, right? So nice and easy. So we need a reset playing field function. So we need to look at how do we determine that the current player is, oh yeah, let's just, if you died, playing field dot reset, right? So if you died and won, if you died or if you won, clicking would reset the thing, right? Nice and easy. And then we reset the playing field, and that makes us happy. So if you, so if you click this thing, if you have won or if you have died, it would do the same thing. So I'm assuming this will just work, right? In C and C++, this is totally valid. I don't know about JavaScript, we'll see now. Now you do reset and update ball. We update the ball and we set a state. Oh yeah, so case states start pause die. I want to add case state 1, right? So case state start 1 rec, I want to say full text something. So click anywhere to start definitely goes somewhere, and click anywhere to toggle pause definitely goes somewhere. I want to do this is 0 and 1, right? So let's go find 0 and 1. 0 and 1. So I want this to be somewhere. Yeah, so died and 1 looks eerily similar, like incredibly. So strings 401. So you click anywhere to start and click anywhere to toggle pause, right? So strings 4 would just be congratulations, you've won, right? There we go. So that gives us a state, but now we need to know how to enter that state, right? So we need to transition the state. I don't really want to transition states inside the draw call, but unfortunately we're doing an update call in the draw call. So if if current state equals playing, oh, if it is playing, just do both. So update the ball, and then if the start play, not the start, there's no such thing as that. This is a global thing. There's no, you can see there's no this. It's just a bunch of global objects. So let me not do weird things. If playing field dot is cleared, right? If the playing field is cleared, then current state equals states dot one. Current state equals 1, then you draw, display the score, display start or pause text. This switches the state because it's no longer start or pause text, it's just state, right? So display state text because it's not just start pause, there's a bunch of things going on here now, so this name changes. My feeling is that this would work. So you're playing, you update the ball causes the thing to become invisible, and it checks it is the thing cleared, and it sets the state to 1. The next time you come through, it's not playing, doesn't bother updating the ball, but it just continues to draw. This seems like the correct thing. So all we then need is a is cleared function on the playing field, and all that's going to do is we're going to go through each block. Oh, my filter's gone funny. We're going to go through each block and we're going to say, is this block, if we're going to go through all the blocks, and we say if any of the blocks are visible, return false. That's like return early. If you get to the end and none of the blocks made, you return false, then return true. I think that's going to give us a good I'm very unhappy with my color filter. My either I need more light or I need better. I can fiddle with lighting. I've got a thing set up here. It's like it's a downlight, which is no longer a downlight, it's now a front light. Because it's pointing at me, it's not pointing down, so it's a front light, not a downlight. Oh. Let me just add this function before I just do nonsense. So we'll just do after the reset. So yeah, we'll do playing field dot is cleared equals function, and again with the typing. The default for this function is return true, right? And then we'll just do a check for each one of these. I know it seems wasteful, but there's not that many rectangles. So if this dot rect I dot visible, just return false from here, return early immediately. This function needs params. That is actually default of void, right? But JS doesn't really display it to you like that. Reset doesn't return anything, just returns true. If you didn't return early, then return yes, it's cleared. That should give us a state. But now my question is, I want to have a debug mode, right? So var debugging equals true, right? So when we create this playing field and we go through all these rectangles or whatever, I want to set everything except one rectangle to there's like such a fine line about where exactly this color thing sits. I'm unhappy with it. I need to fiddle the color settings, but I'll tweak it after the video. For now, I'm happy with current way it works. So all we do is we say if we are debugging, oh my word, if debugging, then I want to set like 99% of these rectangles to not visible, right? And I want this to be an After Effect, because if I set debugging to false, I don't want it to interfere with any of this code. I want to have switch offable debugging, right? So I want to say this dot rex dot length minus 1 and false. So the bottom right rectangle will be visible, right? So let's see. There. So now you do this. You got 3 lives. You got some score. 1, 2. Okay. So I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I don't want that specific rectangle to be visible. I want one specific rectangle out of this deal. Minus 2. Okay, great. So let's try that out. Let's see if that hits. Right, it might be minus 3. Let's see. But I want to basically hit one rectangle. Minus 3, 4, minus 4. Okay. I basically want to just start the game, hit one rectangle to confirm, because I don't want to sit and play for half an hour for you to see, oh, it does work. I want to be able to just hit the one rectangle and say, you know, yeah, definitely I won this game, as if I've hit all the rectangles. So this should be fine. Boom, congratulations, you've won. Click anywhere to start, click anywhere to toggle pause. So again, we're suffering from this issue where this text, whenever you add text, you have to make sure that the text you've added is the correct thing. So I've added a thing here that is actually strings 4, and it's measuring strings 3. So this needs to measure strings 4. That should be fine. Let's go confirm. My wife didn't give me a time limit today. I'm time limiting myself. I don't want to spend like 4 hours every time on a tutorial. Hopefully I can get these down to nice and short. Great. When I hit this win state, I should reset the ball so it doesn't cover any of the text. So where are we setting that? If blah blah blah, if is cleared, right? So if you've cleared the playing field, I really don't want to do the logic here, but I'm not going to spawn another thread. Reset ball. So if you clear the playing field, reset the ball, do the thing. I really don't want to do any of that in the, I don't want to do any of that like logic, like the game call loop logic inside. Boom, ball reset. I don't want to do it inside the draw call, because conceptually draw is meant for just draw things to the screen. Logically, in JS you could do something like game loop, and then your, where's the request animation frame? Where's the first request animation frame? Yeah. So in it, you could do something like request something game loop, right? And then this function called game loop just lives. You just do this here, right? So function game loop, just as update. No, not update ball. Update and draw and request animation frame game, right? So then your function update just does this. So first and foremost, draw doesn't contain an actual call to draw, and then this lives in update, and some of this lives in draw. So if the context is null, just do nothing. Okay, there we go. That's much better. So draw only handles drawing responsibilities, and update only handles the update logic. Conceptually, like in the, not even conceptually, in reality, these are just being called one after the other. It's as if they've been called in one go, but from a game design perspective, it makes more sense to have a dedicated update function so that you know anything that moves anything or changes any value or changes state to causes state switching to happen. It goes in the update function, right? Update the state of the simulation or the world or the game or the whatever. And then draw is just get everything on the screen as quickly as possible. Boom, right? So it just from a conceptual standpoint, it makes a lot of sense to say everything that should update goes in update, everything that should render goes in draw. So I'm fairly happy with this. We now also have a winning state. Boom, and you can then restart the game from there. So I'm super happy with that, right? So then obviously I need to sit and play test this to make sure that it actually goes through to the thing that I wanted to do, but I'm fairly like satisfied with the way this came out, like super satisfied. And that concludes our JavaScript tutorial. I think for our next adventure, oh shoot, I want to show you guys something. My encoder is probably gonna bark. Yeah, it's barking. Can you hear it? Yeah, that woof woof. That's my encoder barking because it's struggling to capture this spinning cube thing. Um, I think for our next tutorial, maybe we'll touch on something like this. Just like this is how you draw something onto your Windows desktop background. I found some tutorial online, some code online that gives you like a undocumented Windows message that lets you draw something onto the Windows background, and I'm super excited to share that around. Maybe not. Maybe something interesting comes up. Maybe I'll document my green screen adventure and how the heck I'm gonna set this thing up. Let me just show you what it like literally looks like if I just switch it off. There's my green screen, right? Like just the green actual screen. But now when I switch on the color filter for it, oh shoot, you can see all this like wavy little lines and things here around me. It's like this irritates me, but I'm not gonna stress too much about it. I'm super happy with this. I need to set up a Git repo for this code. I don't think there's really that much for you all to experiment with, but I'll set up a repo. I'll create a Git lab. I'll set up a repo. I'll link it to the tutorials, blah blah blah, and do all that like extra PT and admin work. I don't smack, but whatever. I'll do it. I'll do it for you, and then I'll put the link in the description of this video or of the play. I don't know how to edit the playlist description. I don't know if that even is a thing, but I'll put a link somewhere. I'll probably retroactively just add links onto all the videos so that you can see like here's the finished code, play with it. But I'm super happy with how this came out. We now have a full game from start to finish. I'm excited to see you all build and expand on this. So if you do come up with something, then you know, just link to it in the comments. If you see any weirdness going on with the way I've coded this, just shout out. I'm always eager to learn. And if you come up with any ideas for the next video, then I'll be super happy to take any suggestions. Set this to true to get faster when state, right? Let's just see the conceptuality of it. Boom, there, great. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Everyone stay safe, have a great one. I'll see you in the next one. I think from now on we'll be doing different languages. JavaScript it's great and all, but for rapid prototyping it's the best. But I really want to get my hands on processing. Processing is a really cool prototyping language. I think it's built on top of Java. It's a superset of Java, and there's a processing JS, library or framework that gives you access to the processing VM or something. inside the browser. So I think for it contains a lot of the conceptual stuff that we had to build from scratch is already in there. So I'm super excited to get started with that. There's already a guy doing processing. I think he's one of the creators of it, if I'm not mistaken. And his videos, they cannot be topped. That guy's out there. He's building like Rubik's cubes and like the terrain generation in processing. And I'm out here building like move a block and another block, but I'm really excited because it's going to make the next set of tutorials go a lot faster. So if we do anything, it's going to be processing, C++, or heck, I think that's the choices. We'll learn different technologies, but as far as the choice of language goes, it's gonna be processing or C++. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Stay safe, everyone. Have a good one. Cheers.